everyone, grab some dirt. On three.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for attending our celebration of partnership between the Wisconsin Rapids community and Matalco. My name is Tom Horter, Matalco president, and on behalf of everyone at Matalco and at our parent, the Giampaolo Group, we must have shorted, no, and our parent, the Giampaolo Group, I'd like to thank those in attendance who worked so hard over the last year to marry us to your community. Matalco is North America's largest independent producer of aluminum extrusion and forging billet, and the addition of this plant in Wisconsin Rapids, our fifth plant, will further advance our leadership position. As you may have learned, Matalco is a heavy industry, high technology recycler. We take a waste stream, which is aluminum scrap, and using advanced processes, we return that scrap back into its prior form so it can be used again. Aluminum is nearly infinitely recyclable, and an interesting fact is that 75% of the aluminum ever extracted from the Earth's ore is still in use in the field today. That's a remarkable environmental accomplishment. Our new plant here in Wisconsin will facilitate the recycling of over 200 million pounds of aluminum scrap each year. As a recycling company, we know you cherish your community, and now that we are a member of that community, we will seek to become stewards of your environment through responsible and sustainable operation of our facility and through sponsorship of recycling education in the Wisconsin Rapids area. As I just mentioned, Matalco is a member company of the Giampaolo Group of companies based in Brampton, Ontario. The Giampaolo Group has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in aluminum recycling in North America, with its first Matalco plant in Brampton in 2005, just outside of Toronto. 2 plants were added in Ohio in 2010 and 2016, and a fourth was acquired in Indiana in 2018. I can assure you that your community could hardly have a better business partner than the Giampaolo Group. I'd like to introduce a few members of the Giampaolo Management Board here today. Joe Caruso, Joe Caruso, CEO of the Giampaolo Group. Chris Galifi, COO and my boss of the Giampaolo Group. And Derek Phelps, our CFO and Chief Strategy Officer for the Giampaolo Group. Their commitment to the North American aluminum industry and now to the Wisconsin Rapids community is rock solid. Once again, thank you for your partnership thus far and for attending today, especially given the inclement weather. It's a good day to be a duck. I'll turn it over to Robert Rossetti, Matalco's VP of Corporate Development. Robert leads all of our major growth initiatives, including our plant builds, and he'll give you some more information about our exciting project here. Robert?
Thank you, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Matalco, Wisconsin Rapids groundbreaking ceremony. Great to see you all here. Today marks the beginning of another chapter in Matalco's growth initiative. As Tom mentioned, this facility will be our 5th plant and also represents our 2nd greenfield project that we've undertaken in the last 5 years. We began our site selection process early in 2018 and explored a number of sites across a few states. However, it was through a dedicated and concerted effort by both state and local representatives, with Tim Weber of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, who assisted us in site selection, and with the state awarding Matalco an incentive package of $1.5 million over 3 years. And also Wisconsin Rapids city officials, spearheaded by Mayor Verwink and Community Development Director Adam Tagan, who worked diligently to put together and approve an additional incentive package totaling over $2 million. As a result, Matalco will invest $80 million in the construction of this 110,000 square foot facility and equip this plant with the latest advanced technology in the aluminum processing equipment. To date, we have purchased all the major pieces of equipment that we're going to need, and we've committed over $50 million in equipment and construction costs. At full capacity, this facility will employ 80 full-time permanent personnel with an annual production of 230 million pounds of high-quality aluminum billet and slab ingot. You know, to succeed in a complex, long lead time project such as this, I've learned that it truly takes a special group of individuals to come together and work cooperatively and share knowledge. I can say that we have assembled such a team within Matalco, bringing together top-notch operational processing and engineering experience. As well, Matalco is fortunate enough to draw upon other experience within the Giampaolo Group, such as from our real estate development group. Overall, this team of individuals is working side by side with Rambo, formerly OBG, our engineering and construction management firm, with a single goal in mind: to successfully build out and commission a leading-edge plant right here in Wisconsin Rapids. As you can see behind me, construction has begun in earnest, and all the contractors that have been hired thus far are working safely, and good progress is being made, even under these wet conditions. Over the next few months, with cold weather approaching, it will certainly bring its fair share of challenges, but we are committed to work together to stay on track and to schedule. Based on our current progress to date, we currently remain on schedule to have our plant fully commissioned and produce our first cast of aluminum billet in about a year from now. As a result, Matalco will be well positioned to achieve our projected first full year target production in 2021 and meet our customers' demand. And speaking of our customers, a special thanks to our customers and prospective clients that have joined us here today. Without them, we obviously would not be here celebrating. Before we move on to the guest speakers, I just want to reiterate what Tom mentioned earlier. We are proud to be part of this community, and we realize that this is but the first step in earning the trust and confidence of all regional stakeholders here. We intend to earn it in the same way that we've earned it in all the commitments in which we operate, in the communities, that we operate. And that is by being a good corporate citizen in all senses of that phrase. And now I'd like to turn it over to our guest speakers who are with us today to graciously say a few words. Is Angel Whitehead here? There you are. Sorry. I didn't get a chance to meet you. Let me begin by first, yes, you've got the spotlight. Let me introduce Angel Whitehead. She is the president of the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. Angel Whitehead is a Wisconsin native, and she's lived in central Wisconsin most of her life. She has certifications in economic development and marketing, and she has served in her current role as president since late January. Please welcome Angel Whitehead.
Hello, everyone. As you said, my name is Angel Whitehead, and I'm the president for the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. What a significant day it is for Matalco and the city of Wisconsin Rapids and the community. This is an initial $80 million investment into the community that will bring jobs for every skill level. It will also bring economic business growth throughout the area. The Chamber is excited to have Matalco as a new leader in our community. We want to congratulate Matalco and all the parties involved for bringing this leading producer of state-of-the-art aluminum to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angel. Next up, Scott Krug is the state representative for Wisconsin's 72nd Assembly District. A Wisconsin Rapids native, he has been elected to the Assembly, serving our area since 2010. Please help me welcome State Representative Scott Krug.
Excited. That's the message today, is excitement, because Wisconsin Rapids, having a strong manufacturing history, welcomes a new manufacturer for the first time in a long time. And there's a lot of credit to be given, first of all to Matalco and their partners, making sure that that investment is focused here, and the idea of coming here was not a challenge for them. It seemed a pretty easy one once the idea was floated. So a little backstory of how this all kind of came up together. The very first vote I took in the state legislature way back in 2011 was to create the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. And that vote that we took in the legislature back then is paying off in droves for communities across the state. We took the model of the old Commerce Department and moved it into something where we've got business professionals working on business ideas to try to draw new companies to the state of Wisconsin versus bureaucrats trying to make those decisions and putting up red tape along the way. That one vote, I think, is one of the things that really precipitates a lot of growth in a lot of communities in the state. So as important as Matalco is to Wisconsin Rapids now and into the future, it's just as important to the entire state of Wisconsin, because this success story builds on further certified site program sites around the state and saying, hey, come to Wisconsin, we've got success stories, we've got opportunities, we've got people that are well-versed in business, trying to make those business decisions. So that's what the excitement is today, is making sure that the certified site program continues to be a big success. Credit to our community leaders in Wisconsin Rapids, Adam and Zach and the rest of the team, for making sure that you put the, get this thing across the finish line. It's an exciting day for all of us here to make sure that we know that the future of manufacturing is solid in the city of Wisconsin Rapids and the state of Wisconsin. Thank you.
Mayor Zach Vruwink has been the mayor of Wisconsin Rapids since first elected in 2012. He has made it a priority to transform Wisconsin Rapids' economy and attractiveness as a place to do business, visit, and raise a family. Everyone, please welcome your mayor, Zach Vruwink.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see so many of you here. It's a great honor and privilege to be standing here in front of all of you. It just feels like yesterday we were standing at City Hall on a record-setting cold winter day, and we didn't think it would ever warm up, but here we are in fall and into the next season. We've come a long way since we decided to take our economic development efforts in a proactive direction here in the city to invest in the pre-work necessary to designate this property that is standing behind us for development. Fast forward 6 years later, we have our tenant, Matalco. Their $80 million investment and 80 jobs, great paying jobs, I must add, here in the city. Today is another special day as we mark the latest milestone in Matalco's investment, the largest investment by a new entity in the city in decades, here in Wisconsin Rapids. So we're very proud to mark this milestone together with all of you. I'm pleased to share the conclusion of positive negotiations where the city was able to support their investment through various incentives, as were mentioned, a rail extension that'll cross 48th Street, electrical infrastructure, which will happen behind all of us here, and cash grants as construction and job creation thresholds are achieved. And just 2 weeks ago, the final construction permits were issued by our Community Development Department in under Adam's watch. Like Matalco, I'm proud Wisconsin Rapids is also investing in its future to be a community of choice. Modern amenities and facilities such as an aquatic center, renewed parks and riverbank facilities, and new housing options, just to name a few, will work to ensure Matalco and the companies that come after will be able to recruit and retain the talent necessary for success. I express appreciation also to CBRE, who assisted us in the site selection process, Midstate Technical College, whose campus is just a mile or so as the crow flies, who will provide the technical training for and apprenticeships for the individuals who will ultimately work here at Matalco. We Energies, who assisted in the gas upgrades, and express appreciation to the community members who have been tolerating all of the We Energies upgrades all across the city as they've worked to ensure the infrastructure is in place to support Matalco's investments, ND Paper up in Buren, as well as the other prospective companies as they come to Wisconsin Rapids area. The Waterworks and Lighting Commission here in Wisconsin Rapids, and the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation for their assistance, as well as our team, who came together on multiple meetings on a number of occasions to talk about how we can make sure that Matalco doesn't look any further than Wisconsin Rapids, that they come to this community, they feel welcome in this community, and we make sure that we support their success in making this day possible. Just as industries that founded this community and those that came after, Matalco will provide economic benefits for generations to come. And for that, Wisconsin Rapids' future is that much brighter. We thank you for your confidence, your investment, and introducing a new manufacturing sector to our community. Our work continues. I'm proud to be a part of it, and I'm proud to be a part of the team at City Hall. Congratulations, Matalco, and to the city of Wisconsin Rapids as a whole. Thank you for being here.
On three. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. There you go.